How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to some more major ARK news, and today we have some bittersweet news. It's a little more bitter than it is sweet, and there are a lot of mixed opinions. There are some people who are okay with this news, most people are actually pretty pissed off with this news. There are only I've actually seen one person who's actually not mad about this. It's so funny. And I will start. I'm going to preface by saying I'm not mad, but I'm just a little disappointed. I just want to preface by saying that. And the reason is, this is a completely different topic. This is not ARK Aquatica or nothing like that. But yeah, another edition of the Community Crunch. There is a lot to read. So, with the quarter wrapped up, let's take a moment to check in on ASA, where we are, what's next, and how the road ahead is shaping up. So the UE 5.5 upgrade. The biggest project we're working on at the moment is the engine upgrade to Unreal 5.5. This is a massive undertaking by the team, and it's taking longer than we've anticipated. It's still our highest priority internally. Basically, all of the core engineering resources as the company are focused on this. It said at. Anyway, as a company, focus on this, and we are targeting a launch between April 15th and May 15th. I don't like that they put an exact date. They should have just given a month range, but whatever, who knows? But they did give us a range, so a lot of people are probably going to hold them up to that, which I would not. I would disregard that date because will they meet that date? It depends. We're primarily still working on eliminating bugs that have occurred as a result of the upgrade on the already existing content. A patch that rolls out the upgrade will provide immediate benefits to performance, namely around rendering, loading times, and will also be structuring the game packages so that maps other than the island become optional downloads, significantly reducing the size of the base game installation. We'll be using new tools available from the engine to improve our pipelines and workflow, which should result in a higher quality product. This will primarily be noticed on new releases such as Ragnarök, which is currently being developed in the 5.5 version of the engine, Valguero, and Lost Colony. In the future, we hope that we'll be able to find time to go back and take some of the new rendering systems from UE5 to make further improvements to the already released maps and content. So, I'm going to stop there before we get on to the mods and modders. So with this paragraph right here, currently they are saying new releases like Ragnarök, Valguero, and Lost Colony are being developed in 5.5, whereas current maps that we have, so like the Island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, Center, Astraeos, all those are not in 5.5. So based on that paragraph, it sounds like they are going to do 5.5, focus on that in the upcoming maps, and then they're going to go back and change the currently released maps. So it sounds like new releases are going to be getting the upgrade first, and then they're going to turn back the clocks and go fix these maps that are already out. So when Ragnarök comes out, it'll already be in 5.5, but the other maps are not going to be in 5.5. So that's essentially what I'm picking up there, which is totally possible. According to some other content creators, it is possible to have part of the game in 5.5, the part that's not been released, and part of it not in 5.5, the part that has currently been released. But now, moving on to the modders. Additionally, we know there are concerns about modders when the upgrade happens and what this might do to the mods. We're going to do our best to eliminate as many crashes as we can, and of course resolve issues which will occur as we resolve them ourselves that impact mods. We intend to make sure that every premium mod is functioning for release, along with a sampling of the most popular free mods. And the breadth of that should ensure the vast majority of mods work prior to the release. Our interpret partners at Overwolf will be recooking all the ASA mods automatically for 5.5, and while some of the thousands of mods may potentially have new functional issues upon the release of 5.5, if there are any modding specific issues caused by the upgrade, we'll work to fix them. Chances are we may be facing it too. For future updates, we're going to try and see if they can be done without recooking mods. In this particular case, Material System underwent such an overhaul from 5.1 to 5.5 that used the old pre-compiled cooked shaders that was not an option. We won't be doing full engine upgrades more than once per year, especially as we're able to put in smaller critical changes as necessary, and even on the large upgrades we believe in the future it will be possible to use previously cooked mods by adding specifically coded loading logic for the old content. That pretty much sums up where we're at with UE 5.5. There's more we could talk about, as well as some of the particular features we're excited about, but we're going to leave it at that for now. So this is just letting us know that UE 5.5 is a lot more than they were initially anticipating. So April to May, I'm not holding them to the 15th. I'm ignoring the number 15. I'm just saying April to May is when we can expect that, and we're almost in April, so we'll see. TLDR 5.5 upgrade is still underway. Between April and May, top priority, some immediate performance benefits, additional maps will become up. So this is basically summing it up right here. So it'll launch between April and May. It's the top priority for Wildcard at the moment. Yeah, so developing more content, that is not the priority. The upgrade is the priority. And then hoping that future upgrades won't be as painful. And then one more thing, this summer, a one-click low system requirement mode will get the game to run on GeForce 1080 level cards on systems that have 16 gigabytes of RAM. The game won't look pretty, but it will look intelligible, similar in quality to the shader Model 4 of ARK Survival Evolved. To all the gaming toaster ovens out there, we have plenty of them ourselves. We salute you. So, Ragnarök. We have an update on that too. As this map is being developed in 5.5, we're not able to release it until the 5.5 upgrade itself is live. Also, Ragnarok's progress has been impacted by the upgrade itself, which means that's taking a little longer than expected to release, and we've locked in a June 2nd launch date. And actually, let me finish reading this before I highlight it. So, we recognize this is disappointing, as we know how beloved this map is, and we're going to do our best to ensure that it meets your expectation when it releases. We're also fortunate and thrilled to be working with the original creators of the map who recently rejoined the studio and are helping us get out the door for June 2nd, ride or die. So, with Ragnarök, here's the thing. It's been pushed back to June 2nd. When the center got its pushback from February to June, that was a huge disaster. Ragnarök was expected in April. Originally March, but they pushed it back to April. Now it's being pushed back to June. April to May is 1 month. May to June is 2 months. Because hypothetically, we're practically in May. Because today is March 29th. So we got 2 days of March left. So hypothetically, we're basically in April right now. So a 2-month delay versus a 4-month delay last year. That's not as bad, in my opinion. Is it still bad? Yes, it is bad. But it doesn't look as bad. And time goes by so fast. So, am I disappointed that it got pushed back? Yes. But I'm not. But I am a little more comfortable given the fact that it's only been pushed back to June. Now, if it's been pushed back further than June, or if it ends up getting pushed back further than June, then we've got issues. Now, what does this mean for the roadmap? Valguero is supposed to come after Ragnarök. Is Valguero going to come out in August? Probably not. It's probably going to get a 2-month pushback, which would place it in October. Lost Colony, is it going to get a pushback? Probably. Let's say it's a 2-month pushback. That's going to put it out in January of 2026. Excuse me. So, yeah, that is simply where we're at right now. Are we disappointed? Yes, but this is not a absolute disaster in my opinion. And here's the thing, I know a lot of people in the comments, I can already hear all the people in the comments going off on their phones or keyboards going nuts in the comments. I can already hear them saying, but they've been doing this for 10 years and blah blah blah, they should know better by now after 10 years. Just going nuts like that. And here's the thing. Yes, it has been 10 years. Is this something that they have had an issue with and that we should not make excuses on anymore? No, I am not trying to justify this at all. I do think Wildcard they've had 10 years to realize that a lot of the decisions they make are mistakes, and they've yet to realize that. Do I think they're putting the game in jeopardy? I think what's going on right now, imagine the game is a sticky note. Imagine you have a sticky note in your hand, and in your other hand you have a lighter. Wildcard currently has that lighter underneath the sticky note, but there's not a flame showing up. So they're close to that, but they don't have a flame. Whereas the whole snail game's nightmare, that flame is there. In fact, that flame is just about to touch that sticky note and set it on fire. So that's where we're at right now, okay? Wildcard is close to playing with fire, but they're not there yet. But they could be. They could be. This is really pushing people's buttons. I'm not trying to protect them in any way at all. I'm not trying to condone this in any way at all. Do they have a chance at some salvation after this? Yes, they do. But it's got to be really good. And below this, I'm going to read this first. Excellent Adventures. We're working on Excellent Adventures to take place during April. It's possible the event might get pushed back a bit late after Easter. But we'll have a better idea as we get into the first half of April. Excellent Adventures is not one of the more popular events. So they're trying to compensate a little, but that's not the compensation we want. We would like something else, something a little more. And honestly, if it is, I honestly have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, but for people who want new content, yes, we just got the Dinotherium, but I imagine before the release of Ragnarok, either releasing another ARK Editions creature, if possible, or two, Nakatis releasing an expansion to Astraeos, expanding that map. Even if it's just a tiny, tiny little itty bitty expansion. Then I think that could possibly satisfy people who are craving new content just a little bit. Because we have, with this issue, a rift in the community. We have several rifts in the ARK community. And for this particular issue, we have a rift between people who want to be able to play the game versus people who can currently play the game, like myself, but want more content. Myself, I want more content, but I'm patient. I'm willing to wait. But there are people out there who are like, I've been trying to play this game forever and I cannot play it. That's the whole point of the upgrade, is for all those people on that side of the rift to finally be able to play the game. Though the upgrade to the people who can already play the game, like for them it may solve some inconveniences. They only care about the content. Like, they could care less about an upgrade. Like, they just want to see new content. So if they wildcard put out just a tiny bit of new content, or Nakatis decides, you know what, I have enough of the map, a little bit more of Astraeos developed, I'll go ahead and release that, or whatever. Or I don't know how Astraeos is working or anything, but that's probably why they're working on Excellent Adventures. They're probably going to add new stuff to that as a little bit of compensation. So yeah, it's really a tricky situation right now. So this is currently, at the moment it's a lose-lose, but in the end it's going to end up being a win-win. So right now I'm disappointed, but hopefully come June, once we've had this update or the upgrade, then I honestly don't know. Hopefully things will improve. They may improve, they may stay the same. I don't think they'll get worse. So, of course, we got the whole Snail Games crap going on, but that's a totally different issue. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. But yeah, final thoughts. Team is still hard at work delivering the additional maps. Lost Colony. Obviously, I have a strong feeling Valguero is also going to get pushed back because of this, as well as Lost Colony. I have a feeling we're not going to see Lost Colony this year. I'm just saying. Astraeos transfers will open on April 11th. Inactive servers are going to be sunsetting. What else? Giant Ethereum release and cosmetic pack. That's a lot of stuff. Bonus rates. And then, of course, Community Corner. And then, of course, we have our competition. So, yeah. So the grand prize winner. Oh, cool. That is some cool artwork. The runners-up. This is cool. Art category. Build category. That is so cool. Contest runner-ups. This is so cool. I love it. Yeah. I really like this. I really like the community corner. This will really cheer you up. Where's that one I really liked? Yeah, we'll end on the grand prize winner. This one right here. Medusa, I hardly know her. So anyway, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna, we're just gonna end it at this. You're entitled to your own opinions. So you agree, disagree, have mixed thoughts, let me know down in the comments. Feel free to just do so politely. Okay, no one call me a sycophant anymore. I remember I had someone call me a sycophant. In last week's news, I was like, what? I was so confused. But anyway, yeah, that's my honest opinion. I'm disappointed in Wildcard, and I support them when I support them. I don't when I don't. And right now, I'm just like, oh, Wildcard. Yeah. Oh, you're really disappointing me. So anyway, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.